What if I told you that your memories were wrong? What if I told you your past was no longer as you remembered it? Would you agree with me? Or would you question reality?
It is cold right now in Argentina. I literally have a sweater and a jacket on in my house, and it's sunny outside. I made a video about this subject in the past. I did not upload it to the channel. I edited the whole video and decided not to put it on the channel. Now at the time, I felt like everyone was talking about the Mandela Effect, and the subject was getting passed around the internet. It was turned into like a meme, and nobody was really taking it seriously. But I felt like sooner or later we're going to have to talk about this. Now let me give you guys my experience with this phenomenon. I actually clearly remember thinking to myself, oh, I thought Mandela died in prison, a political prisoner. I'm not sure if I was reading an article or something, and in the article, it was talking about Mandela's his current state at the time. I realized that I was mistaken. It must have been a false memory or something. Then later, I heard about the Mandela Effect. So obviously, it caught my attention. Now, of course, I thought, I must be remembering things wrong. It must be a confabulation or a memory that is, a blurred memory or something. I'm remembering something wrong here. It can't be, this theory is too out there. There had to be a logical explanation for it, right? But then, I came across the JFK assassination argument. That one really freaked me out because I clearly remembered the car having no middle seat and those people in the middle were not there. I freaked out when I saw that. Like, I remember thinking to myself, okay, this is it. This is the last straw. It can't be that I'm remembering all these things wrong. I remember this, and it was this way. So of course, I started asking around. For example, the Star Wars Mandela Effect. I've done that. I've sent it to a brother of mine. And I asked him, do you remember what he says, what Darth Vader says? Does he say, Luke, I am your father, or no, I am your father? And I'm expecting them to respond to me the way that I remember it. And the craziest, trippiest thing about all this is that when I asked my brother, he responded to me that Darth Vader said, no, I am your father. Now, my gut just sank, right? Like, I felt this feeling in my gut, like something is going on. Something strange is happening. Because he clearly remembers it the correct way, right? Let's just call it the correct way for now. And I remember it wrong. So I, and many of you watching this video, have all these memories that are completely wrong. And that's what bugs me about this phenomenon. See, I can't wrap my head around this one, guys. Because I remember it wrong. I'm sitting here right now in front of this camera telling you that I remember it wrong then. I remember almost all the Mandela Effect arguments the way the experiencers or the people affected by this are remembering it. So yeah, it kind of blows my mind to think about it. Now, some people believe that this was caused by a time traveler, that there's a time traveler messing with our timeline. The fascinating thing about time travel, or something that I think about sometimes, is when it exists. Does that make sense? If it exists in the future, there could be time travelers currently in our timeline, affecting our timeline. That's a crazy thing to think about. Also, people believe that it could be CERN, that the tests going on at CERN somehow have opened up, a mini black hole that is affecting our reality. I just wanted to hear your guys' thoughts on this, because it is a very strange phenomenon. I do know that if you put 5 people in front of one object, everyone will see the object differently. Everyone will notice different things about the object. Now, could that be happening on a grander scale? Could we all be seeing and hearing things differently? One thing we should think about, though, that is really interesting about this phenomenon is the concept that not all of us are affected. So say somehow we shifted from one reality to another. Let's say that I am from a different reality, right? And I ended up in this reality where C-3PO has a silver leg. Where's the rest of the people from my reality? Now, could this happen again? I don't know. It's a crazy topic. I'm not sure where I stand on this one, guys. Like, honestly, I don't know. Like, I'm 100% honest with you guys. I remember it incorrectly. I have a bunch of false memories. They're all confabulations. And I don't know. It just bugs me. It really bugs me.
Like Mr. Musk thinks, are we living in simulation?
I find it hard to argue against that possibility.
Meaning,
you look at our computing power today, and you say, I have the power to program a world inside of a computer. Well, imagine in the future where you have even more power than that, and you can create characters that have, for example, free will, or their own perception of free will. So this is a world, and I program in the laws that govern that world. That world will have its own laws of physics and chemistry and biology. Now you're a character in that world and you think you have free will, and you say, I want to invent a computer. So you do. Hey, I want to create a world in my computer. And then that world creates a world in its computer. And then you have simulations all the way down. So now you lay out all these universes and throw a dart. Which of these universes are you most likely to hit? The original one that started it, or the countless simulations, the daughter simulations that unfolded thereafter? You're going to hit one of the simulations. It's hard to argue against the possibility that all of us are not just the creation of some kid in a parent's basement programming up a world for their own entertainment. And then every time something weird happens in the world, some disruptive leader takes charge, and I wonder if that programmer just got bored and had to stir the pot. So they throw somebody in there just for their own entertainment. For me, that's some of the best evidence that we live in a simulation.